Hello everyone, welcome back to our special series India at 100 Growing Responsibly and Safely Season 2. I'm your host Amarjeet Kaur, Head of Communications and Brand at Tata Projects. In today's episode, we will explore the importance of safety in the EPC sector, and imbibing the safety culture, we will also discuss on the importance of safety training in the construction and how it can help prevent accidents and injuries. Joining us today are our esteemed guests, Mr. Yogesh Srivastava, Head of Environmental Health and Safety from Tata Projects, and Mr. Hariharan Subramanyan, Learning and Development Head from Tata Projects. Welcome Yogesh and Hari, and I'm really excited to hear your experiences on EHS, safety and learning development. Yogesh, over the years, the Indian infrastructure and the construction industry has seen numerous of changes. And now we would like to hear from you, the best practices which we are doing here in Tata Projects, which deploy us for helping our people, project and customer at large.
Yeah, thanks Amarjeet on this. This is a very important topic. I would say how we do in Tata Projects is we analyze the risk first and then move forward from the perspective of doing a risk-based training assessment with L&D team, and then we come out with a whole sequence of operations in terms of risk-based training needs. So we have a very strong induction program followed by a specific program for their training piece. For example, people are exposed to working at height, which is one of a high-risk activity. So for them, we have very specific training program, which is instructor-led. At the same time, for the scenarios building, we use VR sets as well. The second piece of this training comes from the learning perspective. Okay. Say for example, monsoon safety. Monsoon safety, we get an analytics that at this particular period of time, we have near misses or potential severe events happening in this time. So design our program for the monsoon safety, right, Hariharan? So that is very target-based program in terms of electrical safety, in terms of monsoon safety altogether. Similarly, working at height. Now we analyze that 50% of the near miss and potential severe events are coming from working at height. So we design our program, which is a competency-based program, conducting 180 physical sessions for all the sites and coming out with 50 trainers people who are in turn, implementing training, imparting training across 2100 supervisors. And then they have to go through a competency test, and that test becomes a part of their permit to work as well. So these are some of the approach which we have taken in terms of I would say risk-based approach based on analytics which is coming up, and how we can those kind of numbers in terms of training. Okay. Third approach, I think what we are following is those people who are giving training, they also need to get trained, right? So we are actually engaging with a lot of external bodies through which they help us train our people, train the trainers program. NIOSH is one, British Safety Council is second, and then OSHA related stuff is, all these international bodies, we are, engaging with them for the training programs.
So Hariharan, how do you see the importance of learning and development in our sector, in the construction sector?
Yeah, so thank you Amarjeet for the invitation, and I am glad to be here as part of this discussion. Coming to your question on how important the learning and development in construction space. Now think of any construction site, what comes to your mind is the huge site and so many equipments around and people moving. Looking at the construction life cycle point of view, from the time we are given an order, so we mobilize, we do the mobilization, there is excavation activities that are going on, and then followed by setting up of the temporary facilities. Then we have other setups, the farm work and the equipment operations. You go underground, differing site conditions, go underwater construction, go at height, right? So I think till the time you complete your fabrication, erection, installation, testing, commissioning, and you come out of the site, it's so many activities that happen, and each of this activity is actually happening only for a specific time period in that particular site. So therefore it requires a complete understanding of what is the technical aspect of the job that is required to be done, and more importantly the situation gets complicated when you have differing site conditions, when you have seasonal changes like what Yogesh just now mentioned. To answer your question, yes, construction, because of the inherent complexity and the risk that is associated, because of the people, right, who are it's not on-roll employees of an organization. It encompasses everybody, who interfaces with the construction activity. It could be your subcontractor employees, it could be your own employees, and it starts from the field worker to the next level foreman and the supervisors, and then to the field engineers, and then the construction managers. So the program, cuts across all sections of these people.
So great, Yogesh, you spoke about the best practices of safety, and Hari, you spoke about the L&D for this sector. Yogesh, definitely post your L&D things and the safety parameters, everything in place. But according to you, what are the greatest opportunity and greatest risk for the employers?
So EHS remains, a license to do a business. And if you see I would say the ESG or the sustainability materiality assessment of this particular sector, of the EPC sector, you will find that the occupational health and safety comes as one of the most crucial material area for this industry to work upon. And this is again an opportunity, Amarjeet, because this will become a key differentiating factor for the business as well, because it impacts directly on the productivity, it impacts on the employee morale, it impacts as a business as a whole. And this is just one area, I would say, which has a direct impact on the employee as well, and onto the workforce as well. So that's from the opportunity perspectives, and there's a big opportunities to make this as a business differentiator. And we have a lot of examples from on this as well. In terms of risk, I think there are different kind of risks which will pop up once we are not able to adhere into EHS process systems and our own commitments. I think it starts with the humanitarian risk. But if we leave aside that humanitarian risk perspective, but you can think we have a safety risk, we have environmental risk, we have legal risk, we have compliance risk, we have financial risk, and over and above we have reputational risk in place.
So Yogesh and Hariharan, I can clearly see the collaboration between these two functions, the L&D function and the EHS function, but we would like to hear more about how you guys are working successfully or collaborating to bring a safety culture at TPL.
Safety and culture of caring is at the core what we do, and this comes from our legacy.
Okay.
And this can only happen once we collaborate intrinsically. So we have a operating rhythm in place, bi-monthly kind of stuff, where we get engaged in a formal way to really understand that what is something which can be integrated. Say for example, some learning, some training which is coming on the safety, how it can be integrated to the planning people, how it can be integrated to the stores, or to the operational management training programs.
Okay.
So you will see that in all the training programs, safety remains a key integrating factor out there. So I mean, that's kind of engagement we have. And as we move forward, it's going to be, we're going to strengthen that.
Yeah, so absolutely correct, Yogesh. So Amarjeet, coming to your question on how are you going to be strengthening this collaboration going forward, I would say, I'd put it slightly in a different way, that it's very difficult for us to operate if we don't collaborate. In fact, collaboration is the key. For almost all my programs, Yogesh and his team, they are the technical sponsors. See, basically what happens is that we from the L&D, when it comes to that particular subject, we are not the subject matter experts. So kind of we need to depend on the subject matter experts to ensure that the programs, the content is validated, the programs are as per the requirement, and the program delivers the intended result, etc. So therefore collaboration is the key. I would say that we actually complement each other, right? All my training programs happen before the activity commences at site. So the learning is followed by action at site. When it comes to Yogesh, every Monday what he does is learning which is followed by an action. So learning followed by action for L&D and action followed by learning for safety. I think we kind of complement each other, and that's the way to go forward.
Thank you, Yogesh, and thank you, Hariharan, for your valuable insights, and to my viewers. Thank you very much for joining us for this episode. Remember, the progress is meaningful when it is built on the foundation of safety. Stay safe and stay tuned for getting more updates from Tata Projects. Thank you.